Hi, everyone. I hope you can hear me and see me. Please let me know in the chat. That would be great. Welcome to the Spirit Guide Show. Let me know where you're from while people are joining us. I already see a few people. We have Elsa from France. We have Lloyd from Canada. We have, let's see, Trisha from Chicago. Krishay from South Carolina, Gada from Newark, New Jersey, Gabby from Mexico, Katie from Louisiana, Kelly from San Antonio, Texas. And yes, all is well with me. Thank you, Kelly. I hope everyone else here is also great. Thank you, Kelly. She says she missed me, and I guess she missed all of us. George is from Low Desert, Southern California. And he always says it, Low Desert, Southern California. I love it. Donna is from Utah. So lots of people, lots of regulars. Thank you guys for supporting the show and always showing up. I'm really, really happy that you're here. So, and we have Maureen from New York. Awesome. So this week, we're going to do a full hour of mini readings. There are several reasons for that. First of all, I decided to do once a month a full hour of mini readings. Second of all, I am on the end spurt with my book. I'm writing the last chapters and then I have to edit it, like self-edit it in December. And also I am going to do a speech at a Hay House event in London. So, and this is specifically for writers of color. So if you are a writer of color, or you know someone, then this event is all about how to build your platform or how to build your audience that you need to sell your book. So if that is something you're interested in, I'll give you the link. Give me one sec. There you are. All right, so this is the link. It's only £25. That's just super cheap. And they really want to support writers of color. So if this is something you're interested in, sign up and come see me speak. I'm going to be speaking about email marketing, so how to use email to build an audience for your book. And to be honest, even if you haven't started on your book, if it's just a tiny idea and maybe and all that, then come and say hello to me. Obviously, come introduce yourself. All right, so let's see, where are we? Right, so, but before we start, I know there's lots of you that come here all the time and you know who I am, but of course we have some newbies as well. So my name is Yamile Yemoonyah. I'm a spirit guide medium. I'm a Hay House author. That's why I was talking about writing my book and the Hay House event. And you can find me at thespiritguidemedium.com. That's my website, and I'll put that in the chat as well. There you go. And let me know, I'm curious, do you know or do you already know one of your guides, yes or no? That's always interesting for me to see what the ratio is. How many of you do know at least one guide already? How many don't? All right, so we have lots of people. Katie says no, Trisha says no, Kelly says yes, Deborah says yes, Lloyd says no, Kiara says no, June says no, Gabby says no, Maureen says yes, Robin says no, Gada says sort of. Yes, I know that answer. Usually when you say sort of or I'm not sure, you do know your guides because you've gotten like some information. It's just that you don't trust your own intuition. You don't trust your own judgment on it. And I want to tell you, in 99% of the times when this happens, you can trust yourself. So just go with it. Then we have Elsa. Says, I told her she had a swan guardian. Awesome. George says yes by name. Donna says yes. Brigitte says not sure. Again, same answer. Trust yourself. Then we have Glow says no, and lots of no's. And Nikki says yes. Okay, great. So also, if you know anyone who would be interested to join us, Find the share button. I think it's up there somewhere, or there. I think it's up there. So click that, invite people so they can also get to know their spirit guides. And if you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook, then come on over here. Click the link in the description, either above or below, depends on which platform you're on, because only here can you get a reading. All right, and if you have any tech issues, please just like refresh your browser, reload your page. That solves 99% of all the problems. And also you can type in the chat, like if you have problems, let everyone know and see if other people have the same problem. If no one else has a problem, then it's on your side. It's either the internet or, like I said, just reload your page. All right, so let's dive right in. First of all, I need to share with you 5 things that you need to know before we can do the actual readings. First of all, I have my own definition of spirit guides. Most of us are used to the definition that comes from spiritualism. And that definition is that spirit guides are people that died, basically. So they are beings that have once been human beings and are now on the other side and want to help us. However, I think that definition is a little bit too small. No, that's not the right word. Too limited. Because if you look like around the world, there are people that work with, for example, deities, angels, and all these beings help us as well. So my definition that I work with is that any kind of being from the higher realms that is connected to us in unconditional love and wants to help us on our spiritual path and in day-to-day life is a spirit guide. So that includes 7 different types of guides. Angels, ancestors, and these can be the ones that we actually knew, like grandparents or great-grandparents or your sister. And it can also be someone that you don't know because they might have been 10 generations back, or maybe 100 generations back, or maybe if it's even an ancestor from a past life. So then number 3, nature beings, elves, fairies, etc. Number 4, star beings, also known as aliens, but I don't want you to think about scary Hollywood movies because that's not what it's like. So I call them star beings. And then we have ascended masters, that's number 5. Ascended masters were once humans, but they left the reincarnation cycle because they reached what we call enlightenment. Number 6 is deities, so gods and goddesses from all over the world. And number 7 are animal guides, also known as animal spirits. And these are the 7 types of spirit guides that can come through for you today when I do a mini reading for you. Also, what you need to know is that we all have a team of guides. And so the one that has the most important message will be the one that steps forward. That could be someone you already know, or it could be someone that you don't know. And then, and this is the most important part, you get the message that you need to hear, which might be different from what you want to hear or expect to hear. So you have to have an open mind. And then the last thing that you need to know is how I work. So I usually close my eyes during the reading because it's easier for me to focus and I don't get distracted by your facial expressions or anything else. And I can just focus on like the inside where the messages come from. And this is something, by the way, that you should be aware of for yourself. Don't expect your guides to like give you messages that come from the outside, like with voices from the outside, or they appear in front of you. These things can happen, but that's just like in 1% of the cases. Usually your guides communicate with you, and to you it might feel like it's actually like your own intuition. It might feel like it's your own thoughts. It comes from the inside. It's like that small voice on the inside that talks to you. These are usually your guides. Where was I? Right. So, and I close my eyes when I do the readings just to focus. And my head sometimes goes a little bit to the left because for me, it's like I'm listening. Even though I don't get the messages as words, I get them as images and as just knowings and downloads and insights. And this is called clairvoyance, when you see symbols and messages, and claircognizance, when you just get these downloads. Some of you might know that feeling. And for me, it's a little bit like I pick up the phone and I see who's on the other end. I don't dial. So I don't say, oh, I want to talk to this person. I just pick up the phone and see who's there. And then I'll just tell you whatever they have to say. And because sometimes they will tell me things that I don't understand because I'm not you, I will sometimes ask you, does that make sense? Do you understand this? Also because for me, it's a little bit like a detective game. I get like the clues and I have to piece the pieces together and then make it something that you understand. So I get the clues, and so sometimes I will ask you, do you understand this? Does this make sense? Because sometimes also I get something and I don't know if it's meant literally or if it's symbolic, for example. A silly example that I usually use is I might see an older lady balancing on one toe with a banana on her head. And I'm like, I don't know what that means. That's what I see, and I will tell you. And then you might say, oh, yeah, that's what my grandma always did to make me laugh. So I can't understand it. I have to ask you, do you understand it? And then you can say yes or no or whatever. All right, so, and that's it. Now what you have to do to get a reading is, first of all, this is for newbies first. So if you've never gotten a reading from me, this is your chance to get a reading. And I want you to go to the Ask a Question section. If you're on your laptop or desktop, it's right down here. It says Ask a Question. If you are on your phone, you might have to click, I think, View Chat, and then you'll see like a little menu on the bottom, and there's a question mark. You can click on that question mark, or you can just type in the chat. There's a little plus sign right next to the chat in the chat box. Click on that, and that makes it a question too. I hope that makes sense. So go to Ask a Question, to that section, and type newbie. Nothing else. No questions, no sentences, no explanations, just newbie, because I need to find you quickly and do this quickly. All right. Again, do not, like if you're in the chat, do you see that little plus sign? Or what you can do, newbie, and then add a question mark. I think that will automatically put it in the right section, in the Ask a Question section, not in the chat. All right, so June and Sandy, you put it in the chat. I want you to put it in the Ask a Question section. Try to find it. If you're on your laptop, it's right down here. If you're on your phone, there's a little button with a question mark. Click on that. Try to find it. All right, so let me see if I didn't forget anything. I don't think so. All right, let's see who is here. All right, guys, just newbie, remember, nothing else. And I'll just like basically let spirit decide and randomly pick people. So I'm not going by who was there first. All right, let's start. With June. Oops. Sorry. Again. Okay, I'm inviting you on. Oops, that was the wrong person. Where are you, June? I lost you. Oh no, where are you? There. Okay. I'm going to invite you on screen. You'll get a little notification that says that if you want to be on screen, and you have to say yes, and then I'll see you here. And I'll invite a few people all at the same time so we can get through this. Monet, didn't you have a reading before, Monet? Let's see. I'll invite you on screen. Guys, please, like, if you've had a reading before, let everyone else go first. Let's be nice to each other. Not saying, Monet, that's you. I just know your name, so I'm not quite sure. We'll invite Glow, and we'll invite Let's see. Trisha. And I'll keep going until someone shows up, and we'll invite Petra. And we'll invite Erica. All right, guys. Again, you get this little notification. You have to say yes. I see that some people accepted and are connecting. Ah, there we have someone. Awesome. Let's see. Hi, Petra. Are you there?
Hello. Yep.
I can't hear you. Can you say something, please?
Hi. Hello?
I can't hear you, Petra. Hold on.
Can you hear me? Okay, I'm not sure why. Can you hear me now?
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can.
Perfect. Thank you. I'm not sure what happened. All right, so now, all right, Petra, you are first. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, perfect. So I muted everyone else, so it's quiet. So let's see. Hold on. All right. So it will take 30 seconds for me to tune in, and then I'll tell you whoever is here and what they have to say. All right. I don't know who's here yet. That happens sometimes, but I'm getting a message, and then we will see what happens. So what I am getting, so your guide is definitely here. I just can't see them yet. What I am getting is that there is a situation in your life right now that you are impatient about. So it's as if you're waiting for something to happen or something to unfold, and you're impatient, and you want it now, basically. Let me see if I can get more details. And I do think this is an animal guide that is here for you. It's a feline being. I'm not quite sure yet what. I just see like paws walking. It's not a jaguar or puma or anything like that. It's more like a lynx, or in that direction. And it's and I see it like kind of like crouched, as if it's waiting, as if it's like almost ready to jump on its prey, and then and it does that to symbolize the situation in your life, that you're ready for something, but it's not quite there. Do you understand that? Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
Great. So let's see. Right. The message really is that have a little bit more patience. It will happen, but learn to like really be focused on what you want, like a lynx or cat like me would be. Like, be really focused on what you want, and don't let it out of sight. But don't jump don't like jump on it just now. Wait a little bit longer, and then it will be yours. But the messages have a little bit of patience, but with focus. So yeah, imagine a cat or something like that, how it would be looking and looking at the bird or whatever it is, and just they wait a long time. They just follow with their eyes, otherwise they're completely still. And then when it's the time, they go like, whew. And that's what your guide wants you to do. So let me see if I can see your guide clearer. Unfortunately, I don't know all the different kinds of like wildcats that there are. This one has like the ears, and then there's like long hair on the tip of their ears. Does anyone know what kind of like feline being that is? If so, please type it in the chat. That would help a lot. If not, you can probably look it up online, but I know I've seen it before. I'm just not 100% sure what the name exactly is. Yeah, and I think that's it. It's about patience. It's about holding on a little bit longer, and then things will move in the direction that you want them to. Let's see if I can get a name for your guide. It's a female that I know. Let's see, name. Nope, sorry, it's a male. Sorry, I saw that wrong. So it's a male, and the name is Xander. That's a weird name. Like this. I put it in the chat. Is there anything else? And he's definitely with you like all the time. Even like especially at night. He's like yeah, with you. Because he's also like a guardian for you. He's also showing me a child, a younger child. Is that yours? Do you have a younger? Okay.
Yeah, 2.
There's a message in that too, like for when you develop that patience that you need, your child is gonna learn from that as well, because there's some impatience in your child as well. So that's a lesson that you can learn for yourself and pass on to your child. Yeah, and I think that's it. I hope that helps you. And yeah, if you're willing, I'm really curious like what you're waiting on. But if you don't want to share, that's totally fine as well.
It's actually been working with my spirit guides.
Okay.
And trying, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, so then, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I've been doing some exercises, and I feel like I've been making progress, and then it seems like I go back. So I think that's where the impatience is coming from, but that's very helpful.
Okay, awesome. I'm glad to hear it. All right. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
Sorry, I totally cut you off. All right, I think Glow was next. Let's see. Hi, Glow. Can you hear me?
Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are
Yes, I
you?
can.
Perfect. Where are you from, Glow?
I'm fine, thank you.
Awesome. And where are you from?
Bronx, New York.
Oh, okay, awesome. Both France and New York.
Bronx, New York.
Oh, Bronx. Oh, okay, got it. Sorry. All right, let's see.
The Bronx, yeah.
Yeah,
That's okay.
yeah, I got it. All right, let's see. Ooh, strong energy with you. Wow. Let's see. You do have abilities yourself, don't you? And you know that. Is that correct? Like in the sense of like either you do tarot cards or something, or you know one of your guides, you do some kind of like spiritual work. Would you understand that?
No, I don't do any of that. I'm just getting into this really new. And then when I saw your site on Pinterest, that's when I started. I guess I have some natural, but it was never developed.
Yes, there's definitely something there, and because what I'm getting is like there is as if you have a spiritual practice. Actually, I keep seeing tarot cards. Do you have tarot cards? If not, you should get some, because I keep seeing them like
no, not at all.
Okay, get some. Try it out. See if that's for you, because I keep seeing them. And then what I actually get is like that you have abilities like this, and that you've been doing it for a while. So if that isn't in this lifetime, it might be in a past lifetime. So see if you like when you learn these things, if it feels more like remembering things than actually learning something new. If it feels like remembering things, then that's a sign that you've had these abilities in your past life. All right, but let me see who's telling me all this.
Okay.
All right, there's an ascended master here for you. So this is someone who's lived here on Earth as a human, but is reached enlightenment or ascension, whatever you want to call it. And this person is a male. And he reminds me a little bit of like the way the three what are they called? Sorry, like in Christianity, the three wise men that came to welcome Jesus. He reminds me of that a little bit. Let me see.
Oh, the three wise men.
Mm-hmm. The way he shows himself, he looks like he's of African descent. He is wearing like kind of like a long robe.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see if there's a name. I can't get the name quite yet, so let me see more about the message. Yeah, this is mostly about embracing your gifts. So again, get a pack of tarot cards, try different kinds of spiritual practices. Definitely start a spiritual practice on your own, something you can do daily, even if it just takes 5 minutes. So look up online, because I can't go into all of it, but look up online how to do psychic protection, how to cleanse your energy, and do that on a daily basis. So before you leave the house in the morning, do psychic protection. At night, cleanse your energy. And then do some kind of spiritual practice. Meditation is always great, even if it's 5 minutes a day. And get tarot cards. I see like tarot cards, even if it's just like it might be just a step to something else, but there is something with these tarot cards. So just go online, like find one that you like. It doesn't have to be a specific one. Just find tarot cards or oracle cards. It doesn't matter, one or the other. There's a difference, but maybe even start with oracle cards, but just see which one you like. It really doesn't matter. Let's see what else.
Okay.
His name is Sebastian. And I'll write that down
Sebastian.
For you. Yeah, Sebastian. Oops, no. Sorry, like this. And you've definitely worked with him before, like in past lifetimes, and that's why he's here again. And he's kind of like wanting to remind you of the things that you learned in that past life, so you can like use them in this lifetime as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically helping you through your like spiritual awakening, through your development when it comes to your spiritual gifts.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that's it. So yeah, so I hope that helps you. Go get those tarot cards or oracle cards, and let me know how it goes. How the
I will. It is
awesome.
It's great information. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. And now we have Erica. Hi, Erica. Can you hear me?
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Perfect.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Great. Great.
All right. Let's see. All right, there's also some past life information for you. I'm not sure yet where it's coming from, who's there. That's just normal. Sometimes I get the message first and then I see the guide, and sometimes it's the other way around. But what I'm getting is, again, past life. This time it's about you. You were a healer in a past life. And you worked secretly, because where you were, and I can't see yet where you were or any details about your past life, but what I know is that you were somewhere where you had to work like secretly in the underground, either because it wasn't allowed or it was suppressed, or maybe it was somewhere where like a place that was colonized, something like this. There was like, you weren't allowed to practice your healing abilities, but you did it anyway. And you worked with humans and with animals. And it's a bird that's here for you. Like, this guide is a bird.
Okay.
It's definitely... what kind of bird are you? It's definitely male. And it's sitting on your right shoulder. And it has some blue, I'm not sure what kind of bird it is. It has like black and blue, and then it also has like a part like around the waist, I want to say, that is white with black dots. If anyone knows, if anyone has ever seen a bird like, and also on its head, it has like some feathers that are sticking up. And I know I've seen this kind of bird before, but again, I'm not sure about the name. And the blue is a little darker. It's a very pretty bird. But yeah, it's sitting on your right shoulder. And let's see. And it's telling me, yeah, similar to before, like you, it's about bringing these healing abilities into this life. Are you aware that you have healing abilities?
I've been told that before.
Okay, there you go. So, have you done anything about it?
I go in different places. I don't know exactly in which direction to go. Different things just appeal to me. But I have, and the whole secret thing, I've had dreams about that and I didn't know where they were coming from. They're pretty scary sometimes too.
Yes, yes. I know what you mean. I have these dreams too sometimes. So let's see. Yeah, this is again, this is about bringing your healing abilities into this life. This is about finding a way to use your healing abilities in this lifetime. It's about wrapping up the karma, and by karma I don't mean that it's negative. Karma can be positive and negative. It's just like something that has been not wrapped up, not finished in some way. So this is about bringing like these healing abilities to the present and to wrap up something from that past life that has to do with these healing abilities, and it has to do with like that you had to work in secret. So there is a part of you that is reluctant to talk about certain things because of that memory, and you there's a part of you that doesn't want to share like it could manifest like as not wanting to talk about your spiritual journey in general or with certain people, or it could be just about the healing part. Do you recognize that in yourself, that there is a part of you that
I'm the oddball out in my family, so I used to get caught weird a lot, and so I just shut down.
Okay, that's it. Right, that makes sense. So it's basically about like overcoming these fears that come from a past life and bringing the benefits from the past life into this life. And once you do that, it will free up some energy in yourself that you can then use to move ahead and accomplish your dreams and goals in this life.
Okay, thank you. I saw a spotted falcon. I'm very attracted to falcons. I know that's not the bird you're talking about, but I often see them a lot. Okay. And thank you for that, Jack.
Oh, yes, someone says cockatiel bird. Sounds amazing. So look that up and see.
I will.
But generally, like if you have a bird as a guide, then you do feel attracted to other kinds of birds too. And also, like I said, this is just one of your guides. We all have a team of guides, so there might be others too as well. And somehow I'm getting like Haiti. Do you have some connections to Haiti?
Not that I know of, but that's really interesting.
Okay, are you interested in Haiti, or is there like something about it?
Well, I saw something about voodoo earlier today.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
might
there's a connection there. Haiti, voodoo makes sense. Yeah, go like do a little research in that direction and see what there is. Yeah. All right. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. All right. All right. So let's do some more. All right. So we have, let's do Katie. And again, I'll invite a few people at the same time. Brigitte. All right, and Brandy, it's her 41st birthday. Happy birthday, Brandy. I'm inviting you now. Katie, I don't know if I can do that, to be honest. I don't know how to uninvite you and then invite you again. Oh, here. All right, sent again. Okay, here we have someone. Let's see.
Hello. Sorry.
Okay, we're gonna go with Brandy first.
I make lunch from it.
And let's see. Brandy, you can hear me, right?
Yes, I am. No, not.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm be doing this.
All right, so let me see. Oh, wait, there are more people coming. Let me mute everyone. All right, okay. Brandy, can you do me a favor and hold still for just 1 second? It helps me when I can see your face. Thank you. All right. It helps me to connect with the energy. Okay, let's see. All right, Brandy, there's a star being here for you. And it's very connected to the color blue. Don't ask me why it's telling me that, but that seems to be important. I'm trying to see what your star being looks like, but it's not showing me, it's not giving me any visuals yet. So let's see. All right, what I do know is that you've definitely had lives on different planets yourself. You're not like native from Earth, or at least not like yeah, you've had lives somewhere else. So and what I get is that you're actually someone who has been like around a lot. Like you didn't just stay in one place. When it comes to your cosmic history, you've been a little bit of a nomad. And you bring energies from one place to the other. It's a little bit like a butterfly or a bee that goes to one flower, brings the pollen somewhere else. So that's basically also part of your purpose, like this, like bringing energy from one place to the other and making sure that, oh, she's gone. Where did you go? Well, I still hope you still hear me. So you're basically bringing energies to different places and spreading the energy around in the universe. This is also something that when you look back at your life, that should be reflected in your life, that you can see that you are someone, maybe you're a journalist, for example, like you take information and spread it, or maybe you are just someone who always knows what's going on in the neighborhood, but in some way you are someone who is like, information gatherer and then putting it out there. Let me see if I can get a name. This guy doesn't have like a gender per se. At least not like a binary as we have it here on Earth, or as like many people think it should be. There is. Okay, your guide also doesn't want to show themselves in a physical form because they are not like their being is not usually in physical form. So the way it presents itself is more like almost like a cosmic cloud that is like blue, mostly blue, a little bit purple, and it looks almost like as if there is some stars inside of it. They are not stars, but like twinkling lights. That's how your guide shows themselves. So the way to connect, or when you see twinkling lights, that's your way, that's your sign that your guide is near. That's your sign that you need to pay attention. And really, when that happens, look around or first of all, check on your inside. Do you have any thoughts, like any inspiring thoughts, anything that's happening on the inside, any emotions? Because these can come or be initiated by your spirit guide. And then look to the outside. Is there anything going on that could be a sign for you? so anything twinkling lights, when that happens, could be that you're just looking at like the surface of water and the light reflects on it and it twinkles, or it could be what else? Like if one night like there's a really beautiful like starry like heaven, then look at that. Could be any kind of like twinkling lights. Pay attention when that happens. Right. Because I lost you, I can't really ask you. So I'm going to leave it at that, and I hope this helps you. And I'm going to move on to Brigitte. I hope I'm saying your name right. There's lots of, oh, sorry. That's better. Do you guys hear that? There's a lot of like sound feedback.
It's Bridget.
Bridget. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's, ooh. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna mute you. Do you have headphones that you can maybe use? That usually helps. And in the meantime, I'll leave you muted, and I'll just start, and then we'll see. I hope you can plug those in. That usually helps. All right, let's see. Oh, I should wait until you can hear me. All right, let's try. Okay, can you hear me, Brigitte?
Yes.
Oh, that's much better. Thank you.
Okay.
Great. Okay, let's see. Bridget, sorry, I keep saying Brigitte. I keep saying it in a French way. Bridget. Let's see. Interesting. This time for the Spirit Guide show, I'm getting the messages first. So I see you in a boat. And you are traveling somewhere. Why do I see you in a boat? Right. Okay. So this is about you going on a journey, and this journey is a journey by yourself. So so this is about you either already being on a journey, and this is symbolic. So I don't think you're gonna like actually go sit in a canoe and go somewhere. Unless you do, let me know. Could be, but I think it's symbolic. And it's about you being on a journey by yourself. And it's important that you make this journey by yourself. So this could be a spiritual journey or some kind of like something that you're learning new. I'm not sure what it is, but there's a journey that you're making. And it's important that you do this by yourself. And your guide wants you to know that you are not alone, that you are not lonely, but that this is important for you because it helps you to build up your self-confidence. It helps you to know that you can rely on yourself and that you can do whatever you want by yourself. So let me see if there's information about what kind of journey this is. Okay, so what I'm getting is like you have some kind of goal, and I feel it has to do. I'm not quite sure. It could either be work or a healing journey. Let me see. I'm not sure. They're not really clear about this. All right, so I just have to ask you, is there like some kind of healing journey that you're on, or is there like a change in work that you are either starting a new business or want to start a business, or
well, I am a Reiki practitioner,
right.
and I recently started taking a mediumship development class.
Right. Okay. Yes. Okay. There's also connection to ancestors. This is like complicated. It's almost like I have an elephant in front of me, but I can't see it. I can only feel, and I can feel different parts of it, and I'm trying to figure out what it is. But so yeah, this journey, it's important. Yeah, I keep seeing you like sitting in that canoe and rowing. And who is it that's talking to me? Right. Okay. So this is definitely ancestors. So this is your ancestors coming through. And this is not like one specific person, like your grandmother or something. This is more like your ancestors as a collective that want you to know that they're with you and that they're supporting you in this journey. And that it's a situation, and it feels as if you're alone in that boat, and it might sometimes feel a little bit lonely because other people don't understand that you want to go on this journey. It's as if there are people that are close to you that don't understand it and might even judge you for it, but it's important that you don't let them influence you, in the sense that you stop your journey, for example. You need to keep growing and you need to keep doing this because it's extremely important for your self-confidence, and it's very important for your journey, for your life journey. There is something there for you to discover that is that will have an influence on your future. And there's definitely the connection with the ancestors. So when you do this, like when you develop your mediumship, definitely work with your ancestors. So before you do a reading, before you do a practice reading, whatever it is, call on your ancestors to help you with this. And you do have ancestors in the past that had similar abilities. And so they are with you.
I do call them in when I do Reiki.
Awesome. Oh, Reiki, that's where the healing is. Now I get it, of course. So it's a mixture with healing and work. Now I get it. So yeah, again, it's not like one person, but it's like the collective of your ancestors, and you just can just call on them as ancestors or another name that you like or prefer. But they are with you, and they're especially when you do your work, like the healing and the mediumship work. And keep going. Like always keep going no matter what happens. Like on a canoe journey, like things can happen in the sense like there might be like bad weather, or maybe it's a little rough or whatever. Keep going. You will be successful. And no matter what other people say, that's the main thing. Don't listen to what other people say, or of course you can listen, but don't let it influence you. Yeah, and they're actually they're blessing you. Your ancestors are blessing you. And I can feel that, like they're sending it, and I can feel it going through me. And maybe you feel it too, but even if you don't, just like maybe once we're done here today, sit and for 5 minutes and just open your heart and let them give you the blessing that they want to give you. Yeah, I think that's it.
Thank you.
So I hope that helps you, and yeah, have fun with the mediumship journey. It's a great journey to go on, definitely.
Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome. All right, and now we have Katie. Hi, Katie. How are you?
Hey, I'm good.
Where are you in the world?
Lake Charles, Louisiana.
All right, awesome. All right, let me see. Right, so there's an angel here for you. This angel has black wings, not white wings. That's not a bad sign. That's not negative. I want to say that right away. And I see that sometimes, and I'm starting to understand, like when angels show up with like black wings, it means that the person I'm talking to, you, Kitty, has had experiences in their life that might have been difficult. So you've seen you've seen the dark side of life. So that could be I don't know exactly what it is, and that's too personal for this year, but I'm just giving you some examples. It could be that you went through some kind of abuse. It could be that you had a near-death experience. It could be that you had to take care of someone who had cancer or something like that showed you the darker side of life. Would you understand that?
Yes, I actually, my grandmother, I watched her pass away from cancer, and I had breast cancer. My mother had breast cancer.
There you go. Okay. So your angel is a male. Like I said, the black wings. Also, dark hair. Little, not long, but like a little bit like hanging in his face. He's a little bit like a rougher angel. I don't know how to describe it, but they're like oftentimes when we think about angels, we see them as like these light-filled beings, and they're all like shiny and nice and perfect. But there are angels that are a little bit different. That doesn't mean that they're bad or negative. Again, please don't misunderstand this. But there are angels that walk like this line between between I don't know how to describe it. Basically, these kinds of angels help people that have seen the darker sides of life. And he's around you. First of all, he's your guardian angel. So he's protecting you. He's always around you. And second of all, he is teaching you because like all these experiences, your grandmother, your mother, and yourself, there is a lesson in that you can take and share with others. And you have healing abilities because of that. It's oftentimes healers go through something in their own lives because then they can go and help others go through the same thing or something similar. Right. And he's talking about writing. Have you ever thought about writing a book?
I've always wanted to, but it's like I never, I'm always blocked, you know. I always wish I had that talent, you know, to be able to write. My daughter, she was really good at it.
Yeah. Well, do it. There's like your angel saying no excuses. It's not about like talent or no talent. Just sit down and do it. And you can start like writing by just like journaling, and do that like 7 days in a row and see, because you need to get the juices flowing. And when you write something else and not like think, oh, I have to write my book and it has to be perfect, but you write something else like journaling, then you start, and then you can keep going, and then eventually you can do the book. But it's important that you share your journey. So do it. No excuses. Like, sure, maybe your daughter, you think she's better at writing, but this is your story and it needs to be shared. And his name is Robert. And he's also saying, when you feel like you're slipping into like when you feel depressed, or when you feel down, or you feel low, or you feel like it's too life is too much of a burden or too heavy, then please call on him. And that would also be the good time to write. Oh my God. Yes. Okay. I got it. So the writing is how you connect with him. So he wants you to like sit down at least 3 times a week, at least, if you can, every day. And even if it's just for 10 minutes, sit down and write something. And just sit down and write whatever comes to mind. It doesn't have to be great. It doesn't have to be like helpful for anyone. Just write whatever comes to mind. For example, I'm feeling great today, and I am going to do this and that because I want to do this and that, and my children are getting on my nerves. Whatever it is, just a stream of consciousness. Just write everything down, and then you don't have to share it with anyone. You don't have to read it ever again. It's really just about the process of writing. And when you do that on a regular basis, he will come in and give you like messages through your writing. Okay. So, and it might seem to you like it's your own intuition, or you might read it again later and think like, oh my God, that was not so bad what I said, or this is actually really helpful. These kinds of things can come from your guide.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
So yeah, and I have a tip for you. Damn it, I don't have the book here, but there's a book called The Book You Were Born to Write.
Okay.
Get that book. It teaches you exactly how to write a book and how to get it published, either self-published or through a publisher, and how like an outline of a book should look like, and all this kind of stuff. It's super helpful. That's what I used now for my book. So and it's I'll write it down. It's called The Book You Were Born to Write, and it's by Kelly Notaras. And this is specifically for these kinds of books, like self-help book yeah. So look into that. And anyone else who wants to write a book in that genre, look at it as well. It's great.
Okay, thank you.
I hope this helps you, and thank you so much for coming. All right, guys. Yes. So time is up. If you didn't get a reading, please come back next time, and I'll be happy to give you a reading. If you want to book a reading with me, that's 60 minutes. It's one-on-one. Of course, we can go way more into detail. You can ask questions. If that is something you're interested in, click that button below, the green button that says book a reading, and then use this coupon code during checkout to get 10% off. Hold on, I'll put the coupon code in the chat for you. Okay, can you hear me again? I just disappeared, didn't I? Guys, can you let me know if you can hear me? Okay, perfect. Sorry, I don't know when you couldn't hear me, so I'll just repeat it. If you want to book a 60-minute one-on-one reading with me, we'll go more into detail, and you can ask questions, whatever questions you want. Then you can click the green button below and then use that coupon code that I just put in the chat during checkout to get 10% off your reading. So I'll put